Original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mailbag episode where we read your emails and play your voicemail and read your reviews if we have any. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And I'm producer Maria.
We got some reviews. This one's from Pharaoh. Thank God their brief disappearance from the iTunes podcast channel was scandalous and a mystery unto its own.
It was.
These ladies are essential. This podcast is inimitable and the only way I want to digest crime or mystery with humor and absurdity. Love all three of you. Thank you. This is from Dr. German. 5 stars. This podcast is hilarious and it dives into the best of the best in terms of supernatural occult content. I love how unscripted it is and the humility with which they handle themselves. These ladies earn a perfect score for their excellent podcast.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
You've got a 5-star review from Austria.
Damn, read it, girl.
It just says, in quotation marks, podcast.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
And then yes, the header is yes. And then it just says podcast.
I agree.
Great.
That 100% accurate. No notes. Here's an email from Marwa. I saw those yellow-orange lights when I was 7, it says. Hey, ladies, I'm freaking out because on your June 3rd episode, when the FBI psychologist talked about lights on the window that actually happened to me. When I was 7, I shared a room with my mom and 3 other sisters. One night out of nowhere, I just woke up at exactly 1 a.m. When I looked directly in front of me on my window, there were swirling yellowish orange lights. There were 7 of these orbs, and they're in a spiral. I remember not being afraid, but really confused. So I tried waking everyone up and yelled, "Hey guys, wake up. Do you see this?" But no one moved at all. My mom is the lightest sleeper I know, and she didn't even budge. A moment later, I was immediately knocked out. I didn't just fall asleep because I remember still talking when I fell out. I woke up at 3 a.m. not knowing what happened, and the lights were gone. I tried waking everyone up again to tell them, but no one moved, so I fell back asleep on my own this time. The next morning, I told my family what had happened, and no one believed me. My mom convinced me that I must have had a dream, but it really didn't feel like one. Hearing this story makes me realize I'm not crazy, and I wonder how many other kids have experienced this too. For me, I only experienced this once. My lights were yellow and orange, but no blue, and I had no sunburns. I really don't know what it is, if I'm being truly honest, but I'm really interested in finding out more. Love the pod and keep up the amazing work. I also made a very rough draft of what the orbs look like and their position, so we could post it on our Instagram, and she gave us a picture of like what it looked like outside her window. Whoa. Really crazy.
That's crazy. It's just abducting kids.
Yeah. Here's one on superstitions from Krista. Honk, honk. It's the web crawler mail bus with an email delivery. I'm in a car with my fellow PhD student group. Shout out to everyone getting their higher education degrees who I haven't seen in years. Among the many topics we keep interrupting each other about, someone brought up family superstitions. Interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing, more than the typical don't break a mirror or send this email to 10 friends or you'll have years of bad luck. But apparently there are a ton of old family ones. Here are a few that I mentioned. Do not open an umbrella in the house. You have to leave through the same door you came in. If someone gives you a knife or any kind of blade, you have to pay them even just a penny. I've never heard of that. So this might be an interesting mini episode. I know there are lots of other probably much cooler ideas than that. No. But I'm catching up on episodes. And you also just mentioned that your fan base has a lot of anxiety. So I'll try to tell myself that it's super cool, just like you. You are the only podcast I can actively listen to 10 episodes in a row of and not feel depressed or bored or anything. So thank you for just being yourselves and having discussions and listening to us. I just love you, web crawlers. Bleep, bloop, blorp. P.S. I teach in a planetarium and I could not finger through the flat earth episodes because holy crap, but I have been loving the alien and UFO episodes. Amazing. I don't have any family superstitions or personal superstitions.
I've heard the umbrella one.
Yeah.
But that's not like a family one.
Yeah, we don't have any family. I don't walk under ladders. Like, that's crazy to do. Like, you'd have to be insane to do that.
Yeah.
But
you'd have to be insane.
I'm not superstitious, I don't think. Surprisingly, I'm not really.
Think of any.
But if you're a listener, tell us your superstitions. We'd be interested in knowing. Let's play some VMs. Let's start with our coolest voicemail if we can.
That's the first one I sent.
So normally what happens is we don't listen to the voicemails until we play them on the episode. Like, I just go through them. But Maria, a few days ago, was so excited about this voicemail. She sent it to us and was like, oh my God, you guys are going to die. And we died. Because
on the email, it comes to me through email. So it says like so-and-so called, and usually it will just give the text of what people are saying. And I'll just skim through it, just like as I'm putting stuff together. But then when I was on my email, I saw like, hey, it's Jorge Garcia, and that caught my eye. So I clicked on it and started reading it, and I was like, well, this is fake, right? But then I played it and I was like, oh, no, that's his voice, and it's him.
Insane. You literally were like, you're gonna die, you need to respond to me before I send this, you're gonna die.
I was like driving, I was like, what? And I listened to it, I was like, no.
I paused it like 4 times. I got so excited. I thought I was going to throw up. I have to say, I can't log into my Facebook because someone changed the password and I like never sought to change it back. But in college, my literal Facebook picture was I photographed a photo of myself in a bikini on the island with Hurley. And that was my Facebook photo through all of college. Like, I was obsessed.
Amazing.
My, I'll show you. My friend just gave me this last night, a little Hurley Dharma bobblehead.
Whoa.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Isn't that neat? Like, we're like legit fans. So this was a big deal for us to get this voicemail.
Hold that up again, Allie. I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay, it's been taken. But
I look bad. You're laughing because I look bad.
No. You don't look bad. Fia Melissa couldn't be happier, and you look so serious looking off into the distance. Hold on, I'm going to send it to you.
Just for like, okay, move on. Okay.
Let's play this, baby.
Here's the voice.
Buckle up, guys.
Hi, web crawlers.
This
God. Is Jorge Garcia. I played Hurley on Lost.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, duh.
Imagine my surprise to see Lost pop up on my web crawlers podcast.
So he listens to our show.
Yes, that's insane.
Sorry you hated the ending. Apologies to John Tenney for causing this breakup. Although,
amazing.
I guess in the long run, it's all for the best. And, polar bears. So, in order to keep the island hidden, it would constantly have to be moved. And to do so, you had to turn the wheel down the ice station in the Orchid. However, whoever turned the wheel would immediately be teleported to Tunisia.
That's right.
Ben, wanting to stay in charge on the island and yet be able to move it, trained polar bears to turn that wheel. And so the polar bears would end up in Tunisia.
That's right.
Which is why Charlotte finds the polar bear skeleton in the desert. So, does that explain the polar bears in
I love him.
Ending could be a little work. I'm just kidding. Thanks.
Well.
I mean, I feel so blessed. If you're listening now, I just want to say we are like I was the biggest fan. Like, I literally every Monday, I think it was on Mondays, maybe. I can't remember what day Lost was on.
I think it was Mondays.
Yeah. My friend had like his dad had a screening room in his house, and we would all go. It was like 15 of us. And like some people would get dressed up and we would watch Lost, and then we would like talk about it after. It was like such a thing. I love it so much. So
when I named one of my external hard drives the Dharma Initiative,
That you're such
And
a
I had
dork.
the little Dharma, you could change the icons. When you could change the folder icons, I downloaded all the lost icons. And
Oh my God.
Wow.
I love
Cool.
it.
Well, what a blessing. What a treat. Thank you so much for listening and calling in. Seriously, what a gift.
What a gift. That was
What a
like so
gift.
cool. Yeah. I told my parents, I was like, we did an episode on a show and an actor from the show called in. And they were like, oh, people listen to your podcast, honey? I was like, some people. So
I
I'd
played
also
it for
help.
Martin, and he was like, "Oh my god!" So at least someone was excited.
Yeah. So thank you for that. All right. Well, let's do the next one. There's no way it's going to live up.
That's
but
not going to be nearly. I'm
It's
so
gonna
sorry. I'm
suck,
so
but-
sorry to this person.
Hey, this is Anna. This is a message for
Great start. Actually, it is as good. It's just as good.
To your Phil and Misty episode. Funny story. I'm actually from Hartville, Ohio. I go to that.
Oh.
Well, not go to that Burger King. It's really gross. But I go by there all the time. I
Phil
live in
and Missy.
Hartville. I know
Yeah.
a ton of the people that were in the documentary.
Oh my
And
God.
funny thing, actually, Missy is my brother's girlfriend's mom. I was watching it and I was like, that's so weird. She looks so familiar. Yeah. It's my freaking brother's girlfriend's mom.
That's wild.
Crazy. But it was just so weird seeing like everything. And I'm like, this is crazy. Another weird thing, the girl that was murdered is my roommate's second cousin. Like, what? Why am I like,
What?
I don't know. It just was really weird to watch it and like see all these people that I know in the documentary. It's like, I remember when this happened because the girl that was murdered, her sister worked with me. And I just remember all of that going down. It was crazy. Hartville, Ohio it's a great place, but also, yeah. Lived there all my life, though, and proud to be a Hartvillian, I guess. Never going to that Burger King. That's all I got to say. Love you, web crawlers. Y'all are absolutely incredible. Love your show. I've been listening to y'all for I think since that one episode about sleep terrors, night terrors, all that stuff. Anyway, listen to you religiously. Y'all got me through the pandemic. I love you. Yeah. Winslow and that Missy. Crazy stuff. Ciao.
That's bonkers.
That's so crazy. Truly insane.
Hi. Could I please talk to the web crawlers?
This is us.
This is she.
Okay, I'm kind of just kidding. But I was
It's
just
okay, I'm
listening to
kidding.
a mailbag episode, and I was thinking about how I always feel when I leave a voicemail, like I'm calling, like I'm 8 years old, and I'm calling my friend at their parents' house, and I have to ask for them, and I feel embarrassed, and I don't know why. I grew up at the tail end of a world in which you would have to call your friends at home and ask for them to come to the phone.
I remember this.
And that,
Oh yes.
I guess I never got used to it. Anyways, thought you guys might think that was funny.
Thanks. That is funny. Like, hey, is Tracy home?
Yeah. Is Matt there?
Hi, this is Maria. Is Amanda there?
Do you remember your parents would be like, you have to be very polite. Like, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Blank. Like, this is Allie speaking. May I please talk with Blank if they're available?
I still can't call parents by their first names.
Oh,
It's
no.
impossible for me to do.
No way.
You shall always be Mr. or Mrs. to me.
Yeah.
You I will never be on your level. I will always be lesser than you.
Yeah. My mouse is out of batteries and it won't move. It's pretty annoying.
Uh-oh.
Aw.
You'll have to be in the Zoom forever.
That's my concern, honestly.
This message is for the web crawlers. I've been trying to build up the confidence to call in again, but I wanted to tell you guys my UFO stories. So when I was around 7, I moved into a house in a complex where I was literally the first house they finished on the whole street.
Congrats.
So there was no light pollution whatsoever. So my brother
Wow.
and I would lay out on our trampoline at night and just stargaze because there's the most stars we'd ever seen before.
That's nice.
It's beautiful. Can't see that anymore because there's too many houses. But anyway, the first ever UFO I saw, I was pointing out satellites, and I had just learned about the International Space Station, and that was like saying, I wonder if that one's the International Space Station. I wonder if that one's the International Space, but because I was 7. I shit you not, I was tracking a satellite from one horizon to the other, and it changed direction full on 90 degrees. Satellites don't do that. So that was my first ever UFO story. Second one was also at my house, but more people had moved in. And I had realized now that we live next to an airport, so planes would fly over all the time. I was, again, stargazing. We were actually out on our deck playing a card game after dinner, and so I was staring up through our flat kind of overpass thingy. I don't know. You could see through it. It was just vertical slices of wood. And I saw something moving across the sky, blocking out the stars. And it was so big
Oh my God.
that it was close enough. It should have made a ginormous sound, but it was dead silent. And it was in the shape of a stingray, which I'd never seen before,
What?
but like lit from above. So I could see the outline of it because it was lit from above and because of all the stars it was blocking. And I pointed up to it. And I'm like, do you guys see that? Do you see that? And my brother, he described to me before I ever said to him what I saw exactly what it was. The third one, what actually got me believing in Mothman, if you can believe it or not, and gave me, I think, quite unique theory about aliens on Earth at the moment. Hello, web crawlers. It's me again. That's happened to me before, but this is actually the first time I don't feel bad about it.
Good.
Cool.
So thank
That's
you, girls,
great.
for that.
It's good
Anyway,
to hear.
Have
my third
confidence.
UFO story. I was in Lava Hot Springs in Idaho. I had never known any of the creepy stories about Lava Hot Springs before I'd gone there and had this story. We were all out in the little backyard of this Airbnb we were renting. Totally going to do that again. Loved it. And they were around a fire, and I was telling my mom's teacher friend about my UFO stories. And so I was literally pointing up at the sky when what I would describe as either a ginormous, huge fucking bird or a parasailer, or a paraglider, whichever one is the stiff-winged aircraft. It was literally that big. Flew
Oh
from left to right in the span of less than a second. And I was looking up, the house blocked one side and the trees blocked the other. So it only went about 20, 30 feet in that span. But it was so close that it blocked out almost my entire view. It had to be less than 50 feet above us. And again, dead silent.
Oh my God.
No engine noise whatsoever. That's the first thing that ever made me believe in Mothman, because it was the shape of Mothman. It was the speed. It made no noise. I mean, it had to have been some sort of animal or some psycho paragliding at night, which is illegal. Anyway,
Which
that
is
Sounds
illegal.
psycho.
about aliens. Because way back when the government first discovered aliens at Roswell or whatever, and people believed that that's when the secret government or the black government split off from the puppet government. Anyway, this sounds so crazy, but my theory is that section of government that started to deal with humanity connecting with aliens, I think we made some sort of political deal about refugeeing aliens. And I think Mothman was the first set of refugees who were brought in. And I think it was like less than 100. So that's why we were okay with it. And then this is where it gets unique, I think.
That's like our show pitch.
Bigfoot was the second group of refugees that we brought in. Because that's around the time when people started seeing them and documenting presence of them. And I think Bigfoot and Mothman are alien refugees that we took in. So do with that what you will.
I like it.
I like
I'm
it too.
actually not nervous to talk to you guys. I love this so much. Thank you guys.
I think that's
I'm
That's
on
called
board.
immersion therapy. That's immersion therapy.
Yes.
Is when you call in and you learn to not feel anxiety anymore.
100%.
And I like
wow.
that.
Okay, I like that.
I like that theory.
Bigfoot.
I do too. And they just drop them in the forests, like in like the
Bye.
Yeah, and they were like, you live here now.
Yeah, like figure it
and
out.
then they just have to deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I like
Survivor Alien.
Survivor Alien.
Just Fiji. It's just full of like, we got Mothman, Bigfoot, a Yeti,
Chupacabra.
all competing for
Who
$1
would?
million.
Who would survive? Who do you think would win? Of all the cryptids, who would win on the Survivor?
Oh. Well, you got to
Cryptid edition.
outwit, outlast, outsmart.
Maybe Jersey Devil. I mean, like, I think it honestly would come down
gotta
to
be
like
smart,
who's the
though.
meanest. Oh, that is true. You have to be.
You got to be smart,
smart.
though. I would maybe Mothman.
Are any of them smart?
I don't
I look
know.
at like I look at
I don't know.
Like they're a bunch
Sasquatch
of
or
fools,
Bigfoot.
like dunces.
Yeah, he looks like a big fool.
Yeah.
Sasquatch, Bigfoot, they're out first. First
Yeah.
round, they're
You
gone.
guys are fools.
Although they'd be good at the competitions.
Yeah, they're
So-
strong. Are they strong or are they just big?
I would think they're strong. They're probably like, yeah, they got to be strong.
Puckwudgie would be in there.
Maybe Puckwudgie
might be
would
the
win.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puckwudgie, he's probably clever and funny.
Underdog. Yeah.
Yep. He's the underdog. Puckwudgie takes it all. I say.
Yeah, Puckwudgie for the win.
Okay, before we get to the web crawlers, I'm out walking a dog, so if I sound like I'm fighting for my life, it's because I am. The dog is really, really after me. So I'm listening to a mailbag episode or a mini episode. I don't know. It's Thursday, and you guys brought up McDonald's, the ice cream machine. So I'm just going to go on a small rant and small complaint about the McDonald's ice cream machine and how it got me into a car accident. So I went to Las Vegas to visit my friend, minding my own business. We're drunk. We're not driving because we're not stupid. We called a roommate and we were like, please come pick us up. We really want McDonald's ice cream. He starts driving us around and we went to like 6 different McDonald's and none of them had ice cream. And
Oh my
so
God.
I was
That's
just like,
insane.
you guys bitches are so fucking annoying. Like, and once you know, a man hits us, like T-bones us in like a residential neighborhood. So he's in his truck and we're like in a Honda Fit or something, nothing, you know. We're like running around these blacks, get hit, and we get out of the car immediately because they're like, we're going to die from the fumes of the airbags. We get out, and the person in the truck isn't getting out of the truck. We're like, what the fuck? Like, why aren't you getting out of the truck?
What?
Like, is he okay? Is he alive? Is he dead? We were like, already called EMS, already called the police. I'm like, fuck it. What if this guy's dead or like dying and we didn't do anything? I'm opening the door. I do not care about apparently saying things. And they were like, what if he's in a blind rage?
What's happening?
Open the door, no one in the fucking car. No one in the car. And meanwhile, because it's Las Vegas, like there's only, people only have like 3 animals, like a horse, a peacock, and a koala there.
What?
Maybe a cat, if you're like a weirdo. But there's this peacock like screaming in the background because we've woken it with our car accident.
I have no idea
No
what's going
man
on.
in sight and beer cans all in the back bed of the truck and like everywhere.
Beer
So-
cans?
Did a ghost hit us, or did somebody literally hit and jump out of the car and run? I don't know. Okay, but I was to say this probably wouldn't have happened if McDonald's just had that fucking ice cream machine working the first time. They're gonna expire.
I couldn't understand a lot of that, but what I guess, so she got hit by a car and then went over to the car and there was nobody in it.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
there were
it
beer
seems like
cans?
someone probably.
And then there was a peacock or something.
I
Bird.
What I'm gathering from that is they went to 6 different McDonald's. They
There
started
was no ice cream.
they started bad mouthing McDonald's. The Hamburglar got word. He jumped in his truck.
Yes.
And he rushed over.
Yes.
He hit them. He saw the damage he'd done and he got the hell out of there.
Now we're talking.
That's exactly what happened.
Yes.
Case closed, Your Honor.
Okay.
Hi, this message is for the web crawlers. My name's Jess. I'm calling because I just God, I can't get my words out correctly. I just recently listened to the podcast about toys and like the controversial toys, and it like unlocked some weird childhood memories that I had that I kind of completely forgot about and maybe just blocked out of my memory. But
Yeah.
I have this distinct memory. I don't know if you guys remember those books back maybe in the 90s that had like a little recording thing on the side and you push the buttons and it would like play like a tune, like a song.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I had one of those books when I was a kid, and it used to play, like, Christmas carols. And so I used to play with that all the time in my closet. And I remember this one time I pushed the buttons, and all the songs had changed. And so instead of playing, like, a Christmas carol, it started playing, like, Happy Birthday. Like, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, like, all these recognizable kid songs. It was so weird, and I told my dad, I remember, and he tried to explain it as being, like, some sort of weird, like, frequency change, or maybe they're all, like, stored on there already, but, I mean, this was, like, 90s technology, so I highly doubt it had the capacity to hold all these different songs. So, I don't know, I thought that was really weird. And then it made me think of this other time when I was even younger. I had this, like, play telephone, and you would, like, turn the little dials, and it would play, like, a little recorded message.
Oh, no.
I'm scared.
But I have this memory, like, of distinctly hearing, like, a real conversation one time. And I remember telling my dad again, and he tried to play it off like, oh, maybe it's like you're picking up a frequency from, like, a baby monitor or something like that.
That's terrifying.
But
You were in
I don't know.
Signs.
I think it's really weird.
Your dad was Mel
I
Gibson in Signs.
feel like that shit was haunted, or maybe I was haunted, or there's demons or something. But I just am curious what you guys think, and if anyone else has ever experienced something like this, like with a weird frequency or anything like that, because I completely forgot about it until we started talking about how Furbies were, like, saying weird shit, or Elmo was, like, encouraging his kid to murder someone or something. So anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Elmo was encouraging a kid to murder someone.
He was. Well, if it's a play telephone, how would you pick up other frequencies?
That's crazy.
It was cursed. I'm sorry, but it was cursed.
Yeah, I think sorry, I think you're cursed.
The only explanation. I'm so sorry.
I watched last night The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It.
How was
It
it?
was okay. I mean, all those movies are kind of like fine, but it was fun. It was like a good time. It was interesting. It was different from the other ones. It was good.
I love Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga as a couple.
As a team,
I love how they play those. How they play those characters is so real and, like, legit. And you're just like, all right, I'm on board, you guys. Let's go. Like,
yes,
they have chemistry. I'm like, let's go.
They should play the couple in every single movie. They have chemistry for days.
Mom and dad, let them in.
Yeah.
Let mom and dad play mom and dad.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you for all these voicemails. Thank you, Jorge Garcia. Eileen, like, am I ever going to be able to stop GarageBand or I mean, like, what do I even do with my mouse?
Oh, your mouse.
Oh.
The space bar stops
spacebar.
the recording.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
Don't press it now.
Anyways, please continue to call and leave reviews, join our Patreon and all that good stuff. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And I, producer Maria.
Bye.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.